Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're getting straight into a really interesting film.
Yeah, the 2019 Israeli spy thriller, The Operative.
Exactly. And we're looking at it through, well, through an analysis that unpacks some deeper stuff, right? Like national identity, loyalty.
Mm-hmm. Values. We're aiming to give you a kind of shortcut to understanding the perspectives embedded in it.
A shortcut to some maybe surprising insights.
Definitely. You know, sometimes films like this, they offer this unintentional window into how the creators see things. It becomes more than just entertainment.
Right, like a cultural artifact.
Precisely. Something we can actually learn quite a bit from.
Okay, so let's set the scene. The main plot is about Rachel, Diane Kruger's character. She's a Mossad agent.
Sent to Tehran.
Yeah.
And her handler is Thomas, that's Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
Their relationship is pretty central.
And one thing the analysis we're using points out immediately is, well, neither of them seem deeply rooted in Israel itself.
Yeah, like Rachel hasn't visited much, apparently.
Yeah.
And neither speaks Hebrew fluently.
Which seems like a small detail, maybe. But the analysis suggests it's actually quite significant as things unfold.
Well, absolutely. Because, spoiler alert, I guess, things don't end well for them.
Right. Rachel gets caught, like, face down on the asphalt kind of caught.
And Thomas is killed.
And the analysis uses this to ask a pretty provocative question, doesn't it? Like, does this show an intense, almost unwavering commitment to national values?
Even at the cost of their own agents, yeah. It poses that question about whether other nations show quite that level of devotion.
And it's not just the analysis saying this, the film itself kind of points fingers.
How so?
Well, other agents in the movie apparently criticized Rachel for, not visiting Israel enough.
Ah, okay. So there's an internal critique, too. It's not just about doing the job.
It seems like there's an expectation of a deeper cultural tie-in,
That definitely tracks with another point. Rachel's lie during recruitment.
Oh, yeah. She claimed she was adopted.
Mm-hmm. And when they find out, her excuse is basically, I didn't think it would matter this much.
But Thomas's reaction is, wow.
Yeah, it's very telling. He said something like,
You can lie to the world. You can deceive everyone, but you will not lie to us under this roof. You will always tell me the truth.
Exactly. That really lays out a kind of hierarchy of loyalty, doesn't it? Deception outside is okay, expected even, but inside, absolute truth.
Truth to the organization, maybe reflecting truth to the nation itself.
So, okay, her actual mission, she's supposed to be an English teacher?
Yeah, to get close to this wealthy Iranian guy, Farhad, manipulate him, get intel.
And this is where that language thing comes back in, right?
Right.
The fact that she and Thomas don't speak Hebrew.
Our source really hammers this point. It sees their lack of Hebrew fluency as a key factor in their failure.
It's almost like the film subtly suggests Iran focusing on English through Rachel leads to bad things for them too.
Like prioritizing a foreign language opens you up to vulnerability.
That seems to be the interpretation, and it connects to a wider, maybe more controversial point in the analysis.
How about the languages of holy books?
Yeah, Hebrew, Koine Greek, Arabic. It sort of suggests that the survival and strength of nations tied to Hebrew and Arabic relates to sticking with those languages.
And contrast that with Koine Greek and Christian majority nations, suggesting they're maybe in a more precarious spot.
It's definitely a bold interpretation, linking language preservation directly to national resilience.
So going back to Rachel, the analysis ultimately sees her, even though she's the main character, as more of a warning.
A cautionary tale, yeah, about what happens if you're not loyal enough, culturally speaking.
And that really comes into focus with her relationship with Farhad, the target.
Mm-hmm. She gets romantically involved, and then there's the abortion mention.
Which, in the context of Jewish identity passing through the mother,
and the traditional prohibition against marrying outside the faith.
It's framed as a major line cross.
A huge transgression. And the Mossad, in the film, explicitly says they only told her to teach English.
Not to sleep with the target.
Right. And only Thomas defends her actions, which is part of his downfall, too.
The analysis even brings in Greek mythology, Pandora.
Yeah. Likening Rachel to Pandora, sent to cause trouble, essentially. The mission objective, the bombing, works.
But then comes the cleanup.
Which includes dealing with Rachel.
Even Thomas trying to save her doesn't work. He thinks he can talk her around.
But the powers that be have already decided he's expendable too. The mission, the objective, trumps the individual agent.
It's quite ruthless.
It's portrayed that way.
And the ending itself is, well, it's not clear-cut.
Right, she escapes in a metro station. We don't see her killed on screen.
But the analysis suggests this ambiguity plays differently for different audiences.
The idea being Jewish viewers might understand The implication is she will be caught and executed.
While others might just see it as, oh, maybe she got away.
Exactly. Leaving room for interpretation, perhaps deliberately.
So the final takeaway from this analysis is pretty stark.
It argues that Israel depicting these actions, which might seem harsh or even arrogant, stems from this incredibly deep commitment to their specific cultural identity language, religion which they see as the absolute foundation of their strength and survival.
Okay, so wrapping this up. Looking at The Operative through this specific lens, it's not just a spy movie. It's presented as a kind of cultural statement.
A glimpse into a particular view on loyalty, the weight of heritage and language, and what happens potentially when those are seen as compromised.
Even by your own people.
Right. So maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. How often do cultural narratives, like films, subtly carry these deep assumptions about identity and loyalty?
And how might those underlying beliefs, the ones maybe not even consciously articulated, shape how nations see themselves and interact with others, how they project and perceive power?
It adds another layer to watching almost anything, really.